Hi everybody! Today we are going to do a little science experiment. Today we are going to make oobleck. So oobleck is a very simple experiment that you can do at home, but the first thing you got to do is you have to, one, have all the ingredients that's needed, but also have permission from a parent and a parent present to do said experiment. So what you're going to need today, you're going to need half a cup of water, a cup of cornstarch, and then some dye. Whatever color you want, doesn't matter, and you don't even need it if you don't want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix these ingredients together to make oobleck. So first, I'm going to take my cornstarch. Now, I have the measurements here, but if you double it, triple it, whatever, or even do half, you'll get various sizes amounts, but basically whatever amount of water you want, you double it with the cornstarch, and that's the ratio you want to do it at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cup of cornstarch and I'm going to put it into my mixing bowl here, and I'm going to pour it in quite slowly. Otherwise, it's like a dust of cloud will form, and we want to try to avoid that and spillage like that. So we're going to put this in here. There we go. And I'm going to put it just a little flatter. And now we're going to take our water and we're going to pour our water in. Now I have a spoon to mix it around. You can do it with your hands if you want. It's a little messy. But I'm going to do it with a spoon just to try to keep it a little cleaner. As you can see, it's already becoming thick and almost a little hard to work with. So you're going to want to mix it all together. Get all of the cornstarch and all of the water mixed together. Might take a little bit of time, but the end result is quite cool, and you'll see. So the cool thing about oobleck is, one interesting fact is oobleck comes from a Dr. Seuss book called Dr. Seuss's Bartholomew and the Oobleck. And so that's where it got its name from. And this is what it looks like. One of the cool things about oobleck is, from what you'll see once we get it all mixed together, and what you can see as I'm picking it up, it looks solid and then it becomes very liquidy as it falls back into the bowl, is that oobleck isn't a solid and it isn't a liquid at the same time. Its definition is a non-Newtonian fluid. So basically what that means is that it's like a liquid, but has traits of a solid. And you'll see in 1 second the cool thing that it will do. I think I got it almost all mixed up now. So let's see. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to tap it, and you'll see what happens. So when I tap it, it's almost like it's a solid, right? There's nothing on my hand. But then, if I put my hand in slow, it becomes very liquidy. And I can pick it up, and I can mess with it, or I can let it drip off just like a liquid. It's almost stringy, and it kind of grabs together. So another thing I can do with this is, now that I've done that, is I can add color to it if I want. So I picked red, but you can pick whatever, and this one is very at your own discretion. So I'm going to put a couple extra drops in. I'm going to put about 10 in there, and then I'm going to mix it up all together again to get my colors. Now, when we're playing with our oobleck, we want to make sure we keep it over top of the bowl, because it can get very messy, and we don't want to make a mess of the house too much, because I mean, I don't know how it works at your house, but if I get it all over the place, I got to clean it up. So we're going to try to keep it all over the bowl so that it doesn't get too messy. So I'm almost done mixing it. But you can see it's changing the color from its like tannish kind of color to a pinkish color. Now if I wanted a darker red, or if I wanted an even more pinky color, I could have added more or subtracted some of the dye that I put in here. But I kind of like this color and we're going to stick with it. But yeah, the dye is all your personal opinion. If you want more, you can add more. If you want less, you can add less. So I'll show you one more time what it looks like. So I'm going to tap it. So it comes across, looks like a solid. But then, if I put my hand in slowly, it's like a liquid, and I can pick it up. Now the reason it does this is because the cornstarch, it becomes, when you tap it, because of the quick speed that you tap it at, it's as if it almost becomes a solid because the cornstarch particles collide together, making it come across as a solid. But when I put my hand in slowly, it makes it more like a liquid because I'm not quickly forcing the cornstarch to bind together. But then you can do whatever you want with it. So now I can play with it and I can bind the cornstarch together to make it into a ball. And then when I let go, it becomes a liquid again. So now it's your turn. So at home, try it out, do whatever. Remember that double whatever amount of water you use, double it with cornstarch, and that's how you make oobleck.